Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and we are back at it, playing some Forza Horizon 4, man. I hope you guys have been enjoying the videos with Horizon 4. I know I have been enjoying just making them, you know, cruising around the map, experiencing everything that the game has to offer. And, you know, so far it has been awesome. But as we usually do on the channel, man, today we are going to be taking a request. If you guys saw the title, you guys already know what's up. But as usual, we do have to run through the list of names real quick. V-Heel Motive, Austin Happenrath, and Lil Skit, Lil Dick, and Lil J all want to see a Dodge Durango build. Now, as you guys can see, we are starting out here in the very powerful Power Wagon, that Dodge Ram. I can't lie, I have been a Dodge fan since I was a little kid, since Twister came out and there was that red Dodge Ram that was, you know, ripping through the tornadoes and stuff. At that point in time in my life, my mom had a blue version of that truck, and I can't lie, I was a huge fan. Now, a couple years down the line, obviously, with Dodge's reputation and the absolute monsters that they're putting out, I have to say, still quite a big fan of Dodge, though I probably wouldn't buy one of their cars if it was just like, you know, a regular Caravan, or I don't even know what else they sell. I guess the Dodge Dart or something like that. Funny story, I almost bought a Dodge Dart, but luckily we bought the Altima, and as you guys know, the rest is history, man. But I think what we're going to do for this Durango is buy a manufacturer color. This looks like kind of an off-white color. We're going to go ahead, buy this car up, and see if we can make something happen with it. Now, I'm excited to see what we can do with this car. I'm expecting a couple of crazy engine swap options, which should be interesting, as well as some aero. I wouldn't mind switching up the bumper or body kit, though. If my memory serves me correctly, we're going to have the stock bumpers instead of the SRT bumpers. But as per usual, we're going to check out our engine options. We got that 8.4 liter V10 or the 6.5 liter V12. I think what we're going to do is stick with that, what looks to be a 6.4 or 6.5 liter. Almost confident, almost 100% confident that this thing is already supercharged, which, as you can see, I was wrong. So 100%, not always 100% sometimes. But what I think we're going to do is probably leave this all-wheel drive. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make an absolute monster. This thing is going to be less of an off-roader build and more of a mall crawler build. You guys know me with pickup trucks, SUVs. I'm all about that mall crawler status. Now, it looks like we have the lifted big wide body kit there. You know what? I don't really mind those fender flares, but for what I'm looking for at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and pass on those. You guys will see why in a minute. Aero and appearance, though, we are going to check out a few of the front bumper options. Now, it looks like we got some kind of a big old bash bar there. I guess that's for the off-road status. You know what? I guess since it's an option and there's not many vehicles out there that are going to utilize this setup here, I think we're going to have to go wide body, man. Why wouldn't we? You know what I mean? It's an option. Why wouldn't we? And I think that's really where this front bumper is going to tie in if this were an all-around off-road build. But I don't really like that bumper, so I'm going to go ahead and pass. And, of course, we got that Forza just living on the edge with that big old wing. Oops, that was a mistake. Didn't mean to select that one. And, of course, the hood looks like just a light bar on the top, so I'm going to pass on that one as well. Just don't really like the overall look of it. And now here is where the fun begins. Tires, obviously, I'm going to throw on some winter tires, which automatically switch over to mud tires when it goes back to summer or fall or whatever the case may be that's not winter. Of course, we're going to have to go ahead and widen these tires up. As you can see, we're getting a lot more track width on there. That's a big old tire, man. A 385, 20 20-inch tire. That's pretty big. We might have to go just a little bit bigger. Now, I do have an idea of what I want to see on this car. I'm going to skim through a few different options. We're looking specifically for a deep dish wheel, so I'm going to look through these wheels real quick, and of course, you guys won't have to wait for that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw on these Rotiform IDKs. Honestly, if this wasn't a truck, I don't think I would ever select these wheels for a car build. But since it is a truck and I am looking for that ridiculous mall crawler status, I think we're going to go ahead and install these. Put those up to a 21-inch wheel. Now, with the fender flares, you can't really tell that they poke. And the track width really isn't there. I was hoping that we could offset these tires just a little bit. I don't know, man. I'm just torn on those fender flares. I do want to use them, but at the same time, let's see if we can widen the track width without the fender flares. Maybe that's what the issue is here. And no, we don't get that option still. So, yeah, you know what? I guess the only option here would be to put on those fender flares, make this a big old wide body mall crawler, and hopefully we can paint those because I don't entirely care for them black. And you know what? Since we're gonna have to go with this specific route, I think what I'm gonna do is probably go back and switch up these tires real quick. Let me just search through a couple more options. Now, I do like those fat dishes. I just wasn't into the design, so I'm going to switch up to the Rotiform FUCs, I believe they're called. And I think that's going to give us the look that we're going for. I really like the 5-spoke design of these wheels, and we still maintain that big old deep dish. Now, as far as modding the engine, transmission, drivetrain, the only thing, actually, you know what? We got a rear wheel drive on this bad boy, so I think everything here is going to be pretty decent for what we're going to be using it for. I am going to upgrade the transmission just to give us that adjustability. You know, I like to adjust the gearing, final gear ratio, just to give us a little more or less speed when the time comes. Now, as you can see, we are already lifted quite a bit, but we do have the option to throw the rally springs and dampers on there, which we are going to be doing now. Since this is going to be a mall crawler, pretty much a street truck, I'm not going to slam it, but I am going to do something that may piss off a few purists in the off-road community. But those of you guys who know me, follow my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/Denali. Link is down in the description. You guys will know that I am a bit of a racer. So if I were to get a truck, I would do racer truck things with it. No different than, you know, my G35 that I have. I've even raced out my my minivan, which isn't seen on the channel all that much, but just know she's rolling hard. But what we are going to do real quick is buy and install all these parts, $55,000 on top of our $70,000 price tag. Now, this mall crawler is starting to cost us a bit of money, but that's okay. We got a little bit to burn here. I have been racing, trying to maintain that bank account. But now into the racer things that I do want to do. The main thing that I want to do is just go ahead and squat the rear. Now, for those of you guys who know, squatting real popular in the you know, pickup truck and SUV community. So I just want to be a part of that online, which is what we're gonna do today. And everything else, brakes are looking good. We didn't do too much power, upgraded the supercharger and intake and exhaust just a little bit, just the basics. I don't really feel the need to go too fast, especially since this thing is going to be rear wheel drive, probably a little bit difficult to handle. Next up, what we have to do is hit up some paint. Now, what I'm thinking for this truck, I would like something a little bit flashy, maybe a two-tone color scheme. Now, if we have to stick with these black fender flares here, which it looks like we're gonna have to do as far as the paint goes, we're just gonna go ahead, tint up these windows real quick. As far as the wheels go, I think black, maybe chrome. Let's see what big old chrome. Mall crawlers usually have some pretty flashy wheels on them. So we're gonna see if the chrome is any shinier than the original paint on these things. Aluminum polished. And it really doesn't look too much more. I guess it's a little bit more shiny than the original finish on these wheels. So I'm kind of torn. You know what? Let's go ahead and throw on some white wheels. And I think if I can work everything with the paint that I want to do here, we might be able to make this color scheme work. So we're going to save this to the current car real quick. And now what I want to do here is see if we can apply a vinyl shape over top of those plastic fender flares. And if we can, we might go ahead and select a color to put on this thing. But since it looks like we do not have that option, as you guys can see, what I was thinking, since I don't really like the look of the black fender flares all that much, I was thinking if we could do like a two-tone black on the bottom, white on the top. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do real quick. As you guys know, through the magic of editing, you will not have to sit through that. So this is kind of the look that I was going for. White on the top. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, that was a little bit of an off-white. So we're going to go ahead, probably change up that paint real quick too. Get the rest of the truck done up in our vinyl wrap here real quick. And go back to the paint design editor here. And I'm going to just select the whitest paint job that I can. As you can see, we do have the option though to switch up to maybe a couple different colors, and I'm liking some of these. Okay, maybe we're not gonna go with the white paint scheme here, because now that I'm seeing some of these colors, we're having some nice color. I don't know, man. The blue, the greens, the red's kind of sick with the white wheels. Like, I do really, really like that. Let's see here. Oh, the white was the original color, but now that I'm out here, we're like, ooh, mall crawler status, looking fresh. So here's what I've decided to do. The purple paint job, save to current car. And just to set the paint job off, because I know with the white wheels, there's a lot going on and everything, what I think I'm gonna do is drop a white pinstripe along this line right there, and as you can see, that's going to give us a nice contrast, nice separation there. So I'm going to go ahead, do that to the opposite side, and of course that rear bumper. And now that we are done all of that, this thing is ready to hit the road. And now this is one of the more in-depth paint jobs that you guys might see me do on the channel. Normally it's just a quick download or something like that, but this is truly a look into my mind. Now we are rear wheel drive on this thing and in the snow, but these tires I think should help quite a bit. And we didn't really go too crazy as far as the engine performance goes. So I think we should be able to handle this thing quite nicely. Big old supercharged V8 that we're rocking with here. I'm gonna keep my eyes on the road because I'm paying attention to this beautiful, vibrant purple. Can't lie, I'm kind of, like I say, I'm kind of a racer, so I really, really enjoy, like, you know, lime greens and oranges and stuff like that. Now, when Plastidip first came out and was a popular mod for painting your car, and people were starting to spray whole cars with it, there was the like orange and green. Oh, we're gonna pay attention one more time, and we're going for a swim. No, oh, we're good. Okay, good tires on this thing. There was like the lime green and the lime orange, and I first wanted to dip my wheels lime green, and then I was thinking about doing the whole car with black wheels. And now, obviously, since Plastidip has been out and being used on cars for a really long time, there's a lot more colors and a lot more options. But back then, I was gonna do the right thing and completely Plastidip. What I had at the time was my Nissan Altima, so that would have been lime Plastidip matte lime green, which would have been a pain in the ass to keep clean. Would have been dirty, filthy, and if you're gonna do Plastidip and stuff like that, there's got to be a gloss coat, or it's got to be with the you know, the chameleon color changing pearls and stuff like that. But for me, I think that gloss is essential on any paint job, or at least for a satin finish. I'm really not a fan of like matte colors when they get dirty and people don't maintain them, you know what I mean? And especially matte black cars, like a dirty matte black car looks like it has just been sitting in the sun or the desert for like months and months and months. And to me, I don't know, that's just not cool. It's a popular mod for like Range Rovers and Mercedes and Audis and stuff like that. But if the person's not cleaning and maintaining that paint job, it's just getting dirty and dusty, really makes the car look super dated, man. So that's just my 2 cents on if you're gonna plasti dip or anything like that on any of your vehicles and why I haven't on mine. Now, looks like this thing is handling like an absolute dream. I am going to be using this thing to complete a couple of races. This video with this paint job looks like it's getting a little bit long, but I will be using this thing for sure in a couple of races. I've been using a Jeep for the SUV challenges and stuff like that, and it's just stock AF, so I'll probably end up chopping the Jeep, and we'll probably end up keeping the Durango, because now that we got that bottom section black and we got the top green, I think it really tied this paint job together. But what I think we're gonna do is probably fast travel to a more rural location here. And as we often do, try to find ourselves a little parking lot or clean driveway to post up and take our picture thumbnail for the end of the video. But with that being said, I am thinking we are probably gonna put an end to this video. If you guys did enjoy this one and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Whoa, those wheels are a little bit dirty. That is much better. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As per usual, if you guys have not subscribed already, this is the kind of stuff that we do on the channel. If you guys want to see any type of car, don't forget to let me know down in the comment section. We're taking requests. Every single video that is uploaded, we will be taking one request from that video. But I'm thinking this is probably going to be a wrap. So with that being said, I am your boy D-Nolly, aka Don Squally. Just look at that fire paint job, man. Look at the mofo wheels. But with that being said, man, we're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace. Oh no. Oh, for fuck's sake, every fucking time. Showdown, bitch. I had a V8, yeah. Oh, recovery of a lifetime. Oh fuck! Oh no! Oh fuck! Yeah, just keep on rolling there. Yeah. Don't worry about the racer anymore.